You agreed to stay on here voluntarily. We didn't think you'd run off. We were concerned. You were distressed over Ethan, and when the call came from the hospital with the news and no one could find you...
News about Ethan?
Yes. He's finally regained consciousness. The doctors believe he could be on his way to a full recovery.
Thank God. I knew you'd be happy. Bet you want to go see him right away, too. Huh?
I don't think the hospital would permit that at this hour, but I'll see what I can arrange tomorrow.
Thank you, Doctor.
Now, I think I ought to get home, and you two ladies ought to get some sleep.
Good night, Doc.
Good night.
Good night, Dr. Kranzler. You're not supposed to be in the day room after 10 o'clock. Who died and left you in charge? Not Ethan. Don't you ever put me on the spot like that again. I have tried very hard to keep my patients around you. I have even gone so far as to call you my friend, but friends are supposed to help each other out, not try to incriminate them. I was giving you a chance to show him what was in the bag without him looking on his own, because you know he's going to look on his own. They always do. So, I have nothing to hide, Annie. Except the raincoat that you wore that time. What time? You're imagining things again. Did you take your pills tonight? Except there's no buttons on it. So either you don't want somebody to find the raincoat, or you don't want them to find the buttons. I think you're the one missing one or two buttons. Is that it? You lost some? Oh, God. Did you lose the gun, too? No, wait. You probably put it back. There's still your fingerprints on it if they decided to check. And, oh, how did you cut those brake cables? I hope you were smart enough to throw that hacksaw into the river. No, I held on to it. I understand it works just as easily on flesh as it does metal. What? You don't want to kill me, Laura? Then who would you have to talk to? I'm sure I could find somebody who wouldn't think the worst of me. Someone who wouldn't keep making up stories about my wild escapades and killing sprees I'm supposed to be fitting in between volleyball and knuckle. I am more your friend than you know. When people ask me things about you, I always tell them how sweet you are and that you are the best roommate I have ever had. I don't mention that's because you're hardly ever there at night. I could, but I don't. But I could. I am sweet. I am a good roommate. And I'm going to keep on being your good, sweet roommate. As long as you don't cross me. I don't even know where to begin. How do we question people about a button without looking silly or suspicious?
We can afford to look silly. Suspicious, no.
Well, what are you suggesting? That we wander into people's bedrooms and take their button measurements?
We could both become very polite and offer to take people's coats and jackets, sweaters, fly-button trousers.
I'm too tired to even recognize a solution, not that we'd ever come up with one. All I want right now is a hot bath, cool sheets, and a good night's sleep.
Oh, that sounds tempting. Am I invited?
You never give up, do you? Go home.
I am home.
No, this is just a delusion that you're suffering from. Body's gone. There's no reason to keep up the pretense of us living together anymore, so there's really no reason for you to be here.
I want to.
Don't whine, dear. It's unbecoming.
I'm not whining. I'm being gentle and sensitive and trying not to point out what a moron you're being.
Excuse me?
What do you want to tell people? That we reconciled and then unreconciled again?
Sounds good to me. I mean, be realistic. You think they're not expecting that?
I don't think this is the time for us to be attracting attention to ourselves.
We won't if you keep your bullhorns in the closet.
Yes, well, what if they break out the bloodhounds? What if they find Sasha missing and they come over here with their fine tooth combs and they find her hair follicles in the freezer and her little microscopic cells in the carpet, which happen to be genetically identifiable?
I'll vacuum. I'll defrost.
No, you won't. You'll stand there open-mouthed like a mannequin dressed up to look like Annie Hall and let them drag you off to jail.
and you'll stand there like a mannequin dressed up like Donald Trump, and you'll let them take us up to jail, and then Samantha won't have any parents at all. Big improvement.
Never. If I'm here, they will not get us. You don't know how to think on your feet.
I can't think on my feet.
Well, you can't lie on your feet. That's why you need me. It's not your fault you don't have imagination. It's as genetic as skin cells. And look at Augusta. She has the powers of invention of a cactus.
My sister happens to be a very good liar.
Well, she's better than you, true, but it's not saying very much.
Oh, really? Remember all the times you'd take your shoes off and ask me if I minded, and I would say, no, Mason, your feet don't smell at all. Or do you remember the times where I'd say, no, Mason, you're not losing your hair? Neglecting to tell you that when your back is turned to me in bed, I very often wake up in the morning and I see my reflection in your scalp. I don't even know why I'm arguing about this. I don't want to become a good liar. That's your department.
My point exactly. That's why you need me.
Mommy.
There. You see what's happened? My own daughter doesn't even recognize the sound of my raised voice.
I'll get her.
What, you would deny me even that? Here, you see? You see how my touch comforts her? Do you even care what your selfish drive for independence is doing to my daughter? She misses me, Julie, almost as much as you do. Only difference is she's willing to admit it.